Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to read a story called The New Small Person. It's by Lauren Child. You might recognise that name. She writes Charlie and Lola. This is about a little boy called Elmo who is the main person in his house, and things change when he gets a little brother. Right, let's start. Elmo Green started off life as an only child, as many children do. He had a room all to himself and everything in it was his. He was very proud of his room. There he is, look, in his room. He watched all of his favourite cartoons on his own little TV set. No one ever changed the channel. He could line up all of his precious things on the floor and no one moved them 1 millimetre. Oh, look at these jelly beans. When his Uncle Cecil gave him a jar of jelly beans, Elmo could eat every single bean all by himself in whatever order he liked. There was no worry about anyone eating the orange ones because Elmo Green's parents did not eat jelly beans. Oh, he's lined those up perfectly, hasn't he? Elmo Green's parents thought he was simply the funniest, cleverest, most adorable person they had ever seen. And Elmo Green liked that because it's nice to be the funniest, cleverest, most adorable person someone has ever seen. But then everything changed. Somebody else came along. The new person was small and didn't do much, but still people picked it up and smiled at it and gave it things to chew. They all seemed to like it. Maybe a little bit more than they liked Elmo Green. Oh, poor Elmo. The new small person didn't like watching Elmo Green's favourite TV cartoons and would squawk until the channel was changed. Elmo did not find shows for small people at all stimulating. But everyone said the small person couldn't help it because he was only small. Oh dear, poor Elmo. Sometimes the small person would come over into Elmo's room and knock things over and sit on things that didn't want to be sat on. Once it actually licked Elmo's jelly bean collection, including the orange ones. As anyone knows, jelly beans that have been licked are not nearly so nice. But everyone said Elmo could not be cross because the small person was only small. Elmo Green wished the small person would go back to wherever it came from. But Elmo's parents explained that this was not possible. The small person got bigger and things got much worse. One day Elmo found the small person wearing his fourth most favourite outfit without asking. "That's mine," said Elmo. "It's not for small people." "I want to be the same as you," said the small person. But Elmo Green did not want to be the same as someone small. The small person followed Elmo Green everywhere. It wanted to sit next to him. It wanted to copy everything that Elmo did. It wanted to be everywhere that Elmo was. "Where are you going, Elmo?" said the small person. "Nowhere," said Elmo. "Can I come?" said the small person. When the small person said things like this, Elmo Green would go and sit up a tree. Can you see him there in his tree? He did not want someone small following him around. I think the little boy looks up to his brother. One awful day, the small person moved its bed into Elmore Green's room. Now Elmore could not get away from it. It was always there looking at him. Sometimes it would stretch out its arms and say, "Huggle." But Elmore did not want to cuddle up to someone small. However, one night, everything changed. Elmore Green had a bad dream. It was very upsetting. A scary thing was chasing him, waving its grabbers and gnashing its teeth. Elmore screamed, and the small person bravely got out of bed and clung on to him. "Go away, Scary!" shouted the small person. It was nice to have someone there in the dark when the scaries were about. A few days later, Elmore Green was lining up all of his precious things so they reached from his bedroom door to all the way down the stairs. It was a very long line of things. The small person was very amazed. "Oh," it said, "I could make them reach to the door if I had more things," said Elmore. "I have more things," said the small person. "I have at least 5 or 3 things. You can have them." It felt so good to have someone there who understood why a long line of things was so special. The next evening, Elmore was laughing at the TV. The small person looked at Elmore and then the TV, and then he laughed too. It was very funny. More funny somehow with 2 people laughing than just one. Elmore opened his jar of jelly beans. "You can have a jelly bean if you like, Albert." His brother, Albert, smiled, and Elmore smiled back. "Whichever colour you like," said Elmore. "Except for orange." I hope you like that story. I really like that story. It is sometimes a bit different, isn't it, when you have a new small person in the house? But you can see there Elmore and his brother Albert really got on in the end, and it was very special to have someone to share things with. Thank you.